How you guys doing?
Brother,
What's that?
do you remember me?
Yeah.
Hey man, Ben.
How you been?
Hi.
You Nicole?
Yes.
Okay. So what's going on?
So my friend, we were out of town for a business trip this weekend,
All right.
and I dropped her off at 2 o'clock this morning. She's 15 weeks pregnant. She wasn't feeling well, and she had a doctor's appointment this morning at 9, and I told her to let me know if she needed me to take her. She's got 2 little girls, and she was very distraught over the weekend, wasn't eating normally or drinking, and we kept trying to force it on her because she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband and her supposedly are separating, but she didn't know this. She thought they were just having issues. He disclosed that to me today.
Okay.
Because I called him and I was like, have you talked or heard from Shanann since she left for work this morning? Because I can't get a hold of her. I've called, I've texted. Her car's in the garage. Her shoes she wears every single day are by the front door.
It was a quiet night in Frederick, Colorado. But behind closed doors, a family's world was about to shatter forever. Chris Watts, a father, a husband, appeared ordinary on the outside. But what he did next would horrify the world. His wife, Shanann, was pregnant with their 3rd child, and in a series of unspeakable acts, he would end her life, then the lives of their 2 young daughters. The story of Chris Watts is one of deception, betrayal, and unimaginable cruelty. A chilling reminder that evil can lurk where you least expect it. Chris and Shanann seemed like the perfect couple. Their smiles, their social media posts, their family outings, all painted a picture of happiness, love, and stability. To friends and neighbors, they were the kind of family everyone admired. Social media showed vacation photos, birthday celebrations, and candid moments with their daughters, Bella and Celeste. Every post seemed to confirm what people wanted to believe, that their lives were ideal, ordinary, and wholesome. Yet behind closed doors, tension was quietly growing. Financial stress, mounting responsibilities, and small, unresolved arguments began to erode the foundation of their marriage. Chris's secret affair created an invisible wedge, a darkness that Shanann could not see, even as she planned for the arrival of their 3rd child. Her excitement for the baby's arrival stood in stark contrast to the dangerous undercurrent in her home. Shanann, ever trusting and hopeful, continued preparing for the future. She organized baby showers, decorated the nursery, and shared her dreams with friends and family. To her, Chris was the loving husband she married. But the cracks were there. Neighbors later reported noticing subtle changes. Chris spending more time away from home, a growing sense of detachment, and moments of tension that seemed out of place in an otherwise cheerful household. In psychology, experts would later describe Chris Watts as exhibiting classic warning signs of a family annihilator: charm, manipulation, and the ability to conceal sinister impulses beneath a mask of normalcy. The family that appeared perfect to the outside world was quietly unraveling, and no one could see the storm about to strike. August 13th, 2018. The night began like any other. Shanann returned home from work, laughing, chatting, carrying groceries, and perhaps unaware that her entire world was about to change. Bella and Celeste played quietly, their innocence filling the house with warmth. But Chris Watts had crossed a line from which there was no turning back. In the darkness of that evening, he confronted Shanann, ending her life in a brutal act that shocked even the most experienced investigators. The house, once filled with laughter and love, became a silent witness to a betrayal that defied comprehension. The daughters, too, were murdered. Ages 4 and 3, trusting, innocent, and dependent on the man who should have protected them, they were taken in an act of unimaginable cruelty. Chris then went to extreme lengths to hide the evidence, attempting to bury the bodies, construct a narrative, and maintain the illusion of a normal life in the days that followed. For days, Chris played the role of grieving husband and father. He posted on social media, interacted casually with friends and coworkers, and attempted to maintain the appearance of a family man devastated by loss. To anyone looking from the outside, Chris Watts seemed heartbroken, a man mourning the disappearance of his loved ones. Yet detectives were meticulously examining the inconsistencies. Phone records, GPS data, and surveillance footage contradicted his story at every turn. Every carefully crafted lie only drew tighter the noose around him. The deeper he buried the truth, the more apparent the deception became. Neighbors and friends were stunned. How could someone they trusted, someone so ordinary, commit such monstrous acts? How could a father destroy the very lives he was supposed to protect? These questions haunted the community, leaving an unsettling tension that would not fade with time. The police investigation intensified. Authorities painstakingly reconstructed the timeline, tracing Chris's movements that fateful night. Shanann's body was discovered buried at a remote work site, while Bella and Celeste were found in oil tanks, a horrifying discovery that shocked not just the town, but the entire nation. Every new detail uncovered revealed the extent of Chris's deception. The smiling family photos, the playful social media posts, all were now symbols of a horrifying lie. Each revelation added layers to the story: the careful planning, the cold execution, the desperate attempts to maintain appearances. Faced with mounting evidence, Chris Watts was arrested and interrogated. Initially, he denied involvement, presenting himself as the grieving husband, ensnared in circumstances beyond comprehension. But the evidence was relentless. Inconsistencies in statements, phone records, GPS tracking, and witness accounts formed a picture impossible to deny. Eventually, Chris confessed. He admitted not only to Shanann's murder, but also to the murders of Bella and Celeste. The confession sent shockwaves across Frederick, Colorado, and the entire country. The father who promised to protect his family had destroyed the very lives he was meant to safeguard. Friends, family, and neighbors were left in disbelief. How could someone so seemingly ordinary commit such horrors? People who had laughed with him, shared meals, and trusted him implicitly struggled to reconcile the smiling man they knew with the monster revealed. The social media posts, the photos, the images of a happy family, each now became a haunting reminder of the deception. Grief, shock, anger, and fear permeated Frederick. The entire community grappled with understanding a tragedy that seemed incomprehensible. Chris Watts was tried, pled guilty, and sentenced to multiple life terms without the possibility of parole. The legal proceedings were closely followed by the media and the public, each revelation amplifying the horror. The case became a textbook example of family annihilation and deception, studied by psychologists, criminologists, and true crime enthusiasts. Experts noted that Chris Watts exhibited traits common among family annihilators: outward normalcy, charm, and the ability to hide extreme violence. The tragedy served as a chilling reminder that appearances can be deceiving, and that evil can lurk behind the most ordinary faces. The story of Chris Watts remains one of the most shocking family murders in recent history. For Shanann, Bella, and Celeste, there was no escape. For the community and the world, it is a story of betrayal, darkness, and the fragility of trust. It's a cautionary tale about the masks people wear, the secrets that can destroy lives, and the warning signs that too often go unnoticed. The case challenges us to look beyond appearances, to question what we assume to be normal, and to confront the uncomfortable truth that danger can exist where we least expect it. Chris Watts destroyed the lives he was meant to protect, leaving behind grief, shock, and an enduring sense of horror. The story is a haunting reminder that evil can hide in plain sight, and that the consequences of betrayal can be absolute. If you like our content and want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button below.